I'm with Brian Brushwood.
Yeah, Brushwood.
Okay, so I saw him on stage and got really excited. Oh my gosh, what a cool show. So tell me, just for the gist of it, for people who don't know, what is your show?
Sure. Scam School, we call it the show about social engineering at the bar and on the street. Each episode is about 10 minutes long. We show you a magic trick, a bar scam, or a puzzle that's impossible to beat. We hopefully fool you. We come back from an ad break and I teach you how to do it.
You talked about discovery for a moment. Did you tell us about that?
Well, I originally had the idea for Scam School. I took it to Revision 3 at the time, and for 4 years we made content with Revision 3, and then Discovery on the television network bought Revision 3 and rebranded it as Discovery Digital. So all of a sudden, and it's so funny because we talk about the power of goal setting. One of my goals was I have a show on Discovery, and amazingly, I literally woke up one day and my dream came true, and I didn't even do anything. It's like my show went from being on an independent podcast network to all of a sudden like, oh, hey, I guess I have a show on Discovery. Just check that thing off.
Yeah, you really didn't do anything. Now, how many videos do you have out there?
We are creeping up on 430 episodes, or videos on the channel. I believe we're up to 380 original episodes, but each one, and the amazing part is when I first started, I only had like 50 ideas. I figured I would burn out of ideas and that would be the end of it. Instead, what's happened is other magicians have come in and lent material. People have written me saying like, oh, do you know this one? Do you know that one? I started reading old books from 100 years ago, trying to find bizarre ideas that could be repurposed nowadays. At some point, it became this self-sustaining system. And now that we've taken over production, I love it. It's the easiest, funnest, awesomest thing that I do.
So then you were talking on stage that you tried some different ideas. So give us an idea, and how long do you try it before you bail it?
Well, that's a really good question. The bizarre thing is there are ideas that will sit dormant, not really seeming to go anywhere, and then suddenly a switch will get flipped. For example, there's a podcast I do with my buddies called Weird Things, and we've done it.
I love it.
It's about everything. The way I pitch it is we don't believe that Sasquatch is real, but we think he's awesome, and so we talk about news of the paranormal and all, and we talk about space stuff, and it's never made any money. We're just now taking it independent, and then separately, we just get a random phone call where it's like, literally pitch us anything for television. We want you three guys in a project. And so now we're trying to come up like, what would a show look like? So it's one of those weird things where it's like, we never bailed on it. We never stopped doing it. It just kind of simmered for a good 5 years, and then all of a sudden there was this opportunity to do a thing.
Okay, so you're trying something for 5 years. That's a very long time. Well, so because you love it.
Bingo. That's the trick, is that these are the conversations we would have naturally. We might as well do it with a camera on us at the time, Same thing with, Scam School, and even Cord Killers is another podcast. I do too many podcasts. Here's the point, is when you love what you're doing, if the act of creating the content is its own justification, then all of a sudden it's never work, and you do it automatically, and it doesn't matter if it ever hits, because it's something that you just do and love, and it finds its audience, and it resonates with them. That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm thinking about me, of course, and I'm thinking like I probably have 600 videos out there, 4 views, my mom watched 3 times or something. I'm like, you know what, hey, there's somebody watching.
Well, that's all that matters, is as long as it resonates with that one person. Because here's the other thing, is Scam School, we recently were a newly minted, I'm going to use the air quotes, YouTube millionaire. We crossed over the 1 million subscriber mark. But what's amazing is I'm standing next to Judson Lapley, the Evolution of Dance guy. He's got 300 million views on that video. Like, we have maybe 8 videos that have ever crossed over 1 million views. So it's like, he obviously had the one video that had a very, very deep reaction with the world, whereas I've got all all 400 videos that are barely squeaking past.
I'm going for that. Yeah,
exactly. But that's the way. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more you resonate with your audience. And you never know what stuff is going to lead to. Just start creating content and get more of yourself out there.
And so with confidence, because sometimes I'll do something, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, nobody cares, but I'm still doing it. But after a while, if I'm still doing something, I'm not going to do it for 5 years if nobody cares.
Sure.
So how do you keep your confidence or your...
Or the enthusiasm? Or
because you're like, you know what? I need to be a little bit more realistic. because it's taking time, you know.
This is a great point. What you do is you take a periodic reassessment of allocating your resources, right? You're like, it's been 3 years. Where am I more successful? Where am I less successful? Where is my time best being put? And then you just like with a financial portfolio, you reallocate your assets. That's what you do with your time. And in this case, this past year was the first year that for 15 years I've described myself as a guy who tours with the stage magic show who happens to screw around on the internet, right? This is the year I don't get to say that anymore. I can't be a guy who has 1 million subscribers and still describe myself as a stage performer who toodles around on YouTube. And so it's like I am in the middle of reallocating my resources. We have the TV show on National Geographic.
You're an adult now.
I am.
I know. I'm getting there too.
Yeah, exactly. And so you have to figure out do more people want to watch my silly magic show, or do more people want to hear me talk about the journey of being a successful person? Yes, exactly. So it's difficult because it's like apparently it's important to respond to what the people want, not what you think they want.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so favoriting you on all the social media, and my arm totally hurts now.
Awesome, dude, that was impressive. You're going to be built. You're going to have like one massive ripped arm. Here, let me take this over. There you go. There you go.
7 pull-ups. 7 pull-ups. Oh, you see, it gets heavy. So I'm with Brian Brushwood, and he's all over. And what are some of your properties?
I'll tell you what, I finally updated shwood.com, SHWOOD. So my name is Brian Brushwood, just that last part is Shwood. And Scam School, of course, 1 million subscribers. Hacking the System is Mondays on National Geographic. We have 2 #1 comedy albums with Night Attack. Look up Night Attack, it's raw, unfiltered. It's dirty, it's naughty stuff. Weird Things Podcast, Cord Killers. I do too much.